Hey guys, welcome to Inside the Industry. I'm your host, Pedro Augusto, and today we have a very special guest. His name is Christian Alejandro. He's an independent filmmaker from the Orlando area. Stick around as we ask him a few questions pertaining to his industry here on Inside of the Industry.
All right, guys, quiet on the set. Camera A,
Rolling.
sound,
Speed.
action.
Hey Christian, thank you for giving up your time and coming to join us here today.
Thank you, Pedro. I appreciate it, man, and thank you for having me on the show. I'm grateful for being here. I really like the setup you have over here, and let's get this thing started.
We have a few questions for you today, so let's get it started. First question is, what do you see as the role of the visual arts in society today, particularly in your profession?
That's a great question. Visual arts in modern society, it plays a very important role in the way we interpret things. I mean, down to our belief systems. The way that we watch motion pictures, at least in my industry, it really allows us to expand our horizons, open our minds, and genuinely become attuned to what the creator or director is trying to portray, the message or the story he's trying to showcase, which would be the art of storytelling. And that's where I believe all visual art, like the origin of all visual art, comes from.
And the next question is, new communications and media technologies make imagery almost instantly available. Do you believe that this is a positive or negative influence on your specific industry?
I mean, huge advantage. Such a positive influence in our industry. I mean, the film industry as an independent filmmaker, it's one of the biggest advantages we have. I mean, to be able to post material out there and the exposure that you can get, things can go viral practically overnight nowadays. So just to have that capability and that access, technology evolves and we evolve with it. So I don't know who it would necessarily negatively affect, but as far as I'm concerned, I'm always looking forward to seeing the evolvement in social media and all the networks they can offer us.
Next question. What popular images do you see that are frequently repeated throughout your industry?
Comics. I mean, I grew up with Marvel, DC, all these superheroes, and these images frequently every day I see them. I mean, there's always a new blockbuster. I feel like I would say the last 5 blockbusters have been comics, and basically everything's coming from the strip to the big silver screen, and I'm always looking forward to that. I mean, I enjoy them.
Favorite. Next question is, who is one of your favorite visual artists, or what is your favorite style of visual art?
I would say one of my favorite visual artists would have to be Robert Rodriguez, and that is because of his style of visual art. I mean, he is the definition of run and gunning and do it all yourself. Editor, filmmaker, writer, director. I mean, he does it all. And his visual representations of what he feels inside and what he tries to make the audience believe. I mean, he does it so swell. That's something that I like to do in my films. So he's a big impact and my personal favorite.
And our last question, how has your knowledge of famous artworks influenced your creative process?
I honestly don't know what art cannot influence anybody. I mean, down to bad art, you'd have to realize something is bad. You'd have to see those things, and then you learn something from them, and it influence you whether to do it or not. So, all forms of artwork throughout history of time. I mean, they all literally are so impacting. I mean, down right to the Last Supper. I mean, so much meaning, so much emphasis, placement, gesture, color, composition. All these things have such meaning, and those type of artworks have influenced me to rethink of my shoots, what colors to use, what compositions, what camera movement, and I mean everything. So influences left and right. I mean anything and everything, good or bad.
Thank you so much for being here, Christian. It's been a pleasure. And thank you guys for joining us also. Join us again next time here on Inside the Industry.